Behind every great meal, there is a story. And behind every great recipe, there is a journey. Behind the recipe.
Growing up in Buffalo, of course, wings is about as popular as teriyaki in Seattle, so there's lots of good wing places there. Supposedly, the wings were invented at the Anchor Bar, which is in Buffalo, New York, and I grew up, all through high school and college, checking out all of the most popular wing places there. We used to make them at home all the time, and I really learned the restaurant style method and how to do it in restaurant style, quantity batches at my first job, which was at Pasquale's Pizzeria in Derby, New York. I learned to do it primarily at that restaurant, and then as I moved, graduated college in Buffalo, moved down to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and I had a group of friends there and we used to make them up for batches of ourselves all the time, but it got so popular with all of our group of friends that once a year we'd have a clam bake and wing fest, which is now 14 years running and now traveled with me to Seattle. And we make huge batches for everybody there, and I'd always been very protective of the recipe and the preparation method up until the point where I got to Allrecipes, where it just seemed natural to share it with the rest of the world. That's the thing for me in terms of how food brings people together, of the Wing Fest concept, right, where everybody wants to come because they know they can get really good wings one time a year over at Scott's house, right? So that's kind of, from my perspective, that's kind of like, it's not so much kind of the handed down through the generations aspect, but it's more like let's have a big party and make something delicious aspect. For some reason, this wing recipe that I'm making today, every time I try and put a twist on it, it's worse than the original. So I keep going back to the same recipe. Like when I'm making them for myself or for my family in the kitchen, sometimes I'll try and do them a little different just to experiment. But when I'm making them for other people and they kind of have the expectation of the buffalo wings, there's just something about the formula that makes them special the way they are. The Scasafavo family had Sundays were spaghetti and Thursdays were chicken wing night, for example. And it wasn't always that structured, but at least one night of the week was pizza and wings night at the house. So it kind of brings me back to that, sitting around the television eating pizza and wings with the family. And every time we go back for a visit, there's at least one night during the visit that we have pizza and wings too. So it kind of does bring the the sense of bringing the family back together.